Coach, congrats on the win back home, and just wondering about how not only Reese having the uncanny ability to be in the right place at the right time, what exactly is about Sophie doing that as one of your top rebounders the past 3 games, including her career night tonight?
Yeah, obviously what Angel is doing is super impressive. Give her a ton of credit. She's got a gift to go get that thing. They got after the boards. I thought we competed at that end, but yeah, so career high in rebounds, first career double-double. We probably don't talk about her enough as far as like in these press conferences and within the media, but she's a winning player. She does whatever's asked, and she had a really big night tonight for us.
Coach, what kind of impressed you about Monique's night tonight?
Yeah, we've been trying to play since, our threes as fours. She's a four, right? And she might even be able to play some five. Give her a ton of credit. Today was the first day that she met some of her teammates, doing 5-on-0 before the game. Yesterday we got to walk through some stuff, but that's why you try to go and get veterans that have been in this league, and she knows who she is. She competes, rebound, run, just defend, and she did that tonight, and we're going to need that from her moving forward.
It seemed like she had a few possessions where she was cutting at the right time. Is that something you're going to look to implement for the offense?
Yeah, again, our fours have been spacers, and she's probably more used to playing in the dunker. Although I love seeing that corner three from her. I think she liked that we told her that she can shoot those too. So, yeah, she's got a good knack for cutting, even transition, sprint out, rim runs. We're going to get used to seeing her throwing that ball ahead, and just her energy was very contagious tonight.
How good was it for you guys just to get to the free throw line the way you did and put pressure on them with the fouls and stuff?
Yeah, especially the first half, it was very important. These are tough games. We haven't played at home here in about 5 weeks, and I talked about our travel leaving from Indiana. We got in super late that night after the game, and this almost felt like a road game, to be quite honest, because now we got to pack up and leave again. So I was proud of our effort, especially the first half. I didn't know what to expect, and our whole thing coming out of halftime was win the third quarter, and they went on a 12-2 run to start. And, we battled back and ended up winning the third, which is a credit to our group.
Coach, obviously after the Olympic break, it's a sprint to the finish, but is it almost kind of having the same mentality to, like, in the beginning of the season, like you want to get off to a fast start, going 2-1 in these games? What's the balance in that for you?
Yeah, well, this is our first time coming out of an Olympic break, so yeah, 15 games to finish once it starts, and there's no messing around, and I've liked our focus for the most part, almost every quarter except the first 2 quarters in Indiana. And back-to-backs are hard, especially after the break that we've had, not only for us, but every team that's kind of going through it right now. So, it's important. I don't know what seed we're going to get. Our goal is just to continue to keep playing better and better basketball. And honestly, when we met after the break and got our group together, we talked about these first 5 games and how important they were, because these were teams that were directly behind us in Chicago, Indiana, and now even going to Atlanta. So Atlanta's had 2 good wins, and they're a team that's finally healthy. I think they had playoff aspirations, and they're a really good team when they're healthy. They just battled a ton of injuries, so they're healthy now, and we're going to get their best shot.
How would you attribute tonight's performance by Ka, 2 for 11? Is it a credit to the Sky defense, or is it just an off night for her?
Yeah, probably a little bit of both. maybe some fatigue, and we had other players step up, and so I think that's the beauty of our team at times, and we have that, those capabilities. Kai has carried us at times, and we need it, but, she's probably a little bit tired of winning Olympic gold. I'm sure they celebrated for a night or two. We go to Chicago, where she had played, and, back to back, and then, there's nights like this, and I know that she'll be better when we get to Atlanta.
Do you guys see anything different of Sophie when she's starting versus coming off the bench?
If you look analytically at the numbers, our net rating has been really good when she started. So, like I said, Soph pretty much does whatever we ask, and that's, I think, why everyone loves her, and also about how hard she plays. So there's a balance, like, obviously, we've got, with Beck and now Monique, like, we've got some pretty good players that we're gonna have options to put in that starting lineup. So that's something that we're gonna have to continue to talk about. It's finding a balance of like who plays well together, and then also bringing a spark off the bench. I think that's why she's been so good in that role, just because she can play the 2, the 3, the 4, but tonight and whenever she's been given the opportunity, she's stepped up.
What would you like most from the defensive side tonight? Got close there a couple times, but you guys were really able to spread the gap when it mattered most.
Yeah, I thought we competed on the glass. I mean, if you were just to look at the stats, you would say, we didn't do a very good job, but that's their strength. They're the #1 team in the league. They challenge you in different ways. One of our goals is to hold team under 20 points in a quarter. We did that all 4 quarters, which was great. And I thought we were engaged. We didn't have many empty possessions at that end.
Coach, what did you see in that third quarter that allowed them to start on that 12-2 run, but you to close it with an 11-0 run?
Yeah, human nature, I think a little bit is just to kind of relax. We had, played pretty well against them a couple nights ago, and Coach Witherspoon does a good job. I mean, they've been competitive. They play hard. They're trying to build something special, and they do it with their effort and toughness, and that's what they came out and did in that third quarter. I didn't think we were ready from the start. Called a timeout, and they kind of got together and figured it out. That's what good teams do.
When Connecticut signed Celeste Taylor, did you guys know then that you were going to be trying to get Billings? What was all the timing on all that led to you getting Billings?
Yeah, the fun part for me is I get to coach, and we've got a front office, you know what I mean? And so Celeste's 7-day ended, and the goal for us was we had to wait a day to see what Monique was going to decide. I think she had some decisions. I think she had some other teams interested, and so kind of like a free agent pitch, we gave ours, and she had some really other good options, so I'm glad she chose us.
We're gonna wrap there. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Coach.